The meeting is starting at 3:30. Zoom is available on the town's website. You can Zoom in via the phone or our webinar ID. Recording notice as required by the open meeting law. The district is videotaping this meeting. Anyone else attending to video or audio tape this meeting must inform the chair. The committee may take official action, including votes, on any item listed on this agenda. Calling the meeting to order. Members of the public may speak for a minimum of 3 minutes at the chair's discretion on matters not on the agenda. Under the open meeting law, the committee can reply, but may add items to the future agenda. Do we have any citizens speak? I don't see a little hand. No hands. Hi, Lynn.
No hands raised on Zoom.
Okay, thank you. We're going to go right into priority business, and it's the end-of-year financials, FY26.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me here today. I gave it's not, oh, there I am. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So much for my soft voice. Anyway, so thank you. What I have provided for the committee today is a final report as of June 30th, 2026. We're still kind of in period 13, which is the year-end close for all of the communities in Nauset. But for Orleans, we have, since the last time I was here, we have looked at all of your encumbrances, had received all of our last bills, and we are ready to close out the financial statements as of year end. So in your packet is a memo, a report directly out of the current software, and then a worksheet that details all of the transactions for the year by DESI function code, which is that blue line. That's the DESI function code that we refer to, which is also how we put together our fabulous end-of-year report to the state. So you can see right from the beginning, which is every transaction that you approved for the FY26 budget, any transfers that we made, what we had expended year to date, the encumbrances, and then what was the available budget balance at the end of FY26. So after doing all of that, I'm going to direct you to the last page of this gigantic spreadsheet, which shows that we ended up with a position of just under $70,000 in the negative, which we had anticipated, probably a little bit less than what we had anticipated was going to be. However, we knew that we had offsets available to address this issue. So in the bottom left corner, we have the yellow box, which shows the available funding. We have extraordinary relief from the state of $15,000, and we had made the town had done a transfer from the special ed stabilization fund of $138,000. So below that, you're going to see that we had those available for offsets. So I tried to do a little chart to show that we ended the year with the negative $69,836. In that, I would also like to say is we had prepaid some instructional hardware because we knew we had funding available of $27,196. So it was even a little less negative than that. So that includes the other instructional hardware. We applied offsets of the $123,000 that we had available. So that includes the hardware and the $15,000 extraordinary relief. And on each line, I identified up in the actual worksheet where we applied the stabilization fund to, leaving us with $53,183 available. Right now, we are working with the town. We reconcile at the end of the year, and we have reconciling items between the town of Orleans and the district of $21,550. So I did not account for that money to prepay anything at this time. We're still working back and forth with the town accountant on who needs to make an adjusting entry. So right now, we have available $31,633 to prepay, and our recommendation is that you go ahead and prepay some tuitions for next year with that $31,000. I want to also highlight down to the right, when we talked about the Special Ed Stabilization Fund, I gave you the accounts that we used the special education stabilization monies for already. And that still leaves us with about just under 30,000 available for some summer funding, summer programming for special ed and transportation. In the event that the reconciling items, as soon as we hear, are in the favor of the schools, we will use that additional $21,550 and apply that towards the additional prepaying of transportation costs or tuitions. We have room for either one. So any questions that I can answer?
Yes, Ron?
I do. Thank you. I don't think we're going to solve it today, but I would like to know what is the definition of the extraordinary maintenance line item?
So the extraordinary relief item is, normally we have circuit breaker funding from the state, which we get a percentage of special education costs over and above.
Well, this line item says,
Can you give her the line number?
yeah, is it, it
talking
says
about
4,300 extraordinary maintenance.
Oh, I'm sorry, extraordinary maintenance. I apologize. Let me look. It's the actual function code is 4,300? Or the DESI code, or the line item, the account number?
Is it 30?
4,300 is the
40.
DESI number, but it's 3058, is that right, Ron?
I'm assuming 3058. It's a-
Where I see, and there's nothing in that line, right?
There's nothing in that line.
Right.
Well, the 4,300. So originally it started out at 25,000. And so the reason why I bring that up is I've done a lot of repairs to the school. I say, well, the town's done a lot of repairs, and I paid for it out of building and facilities. And I was under the assumption that there was specific money set aside for repairs, but I never saw that really come to fruition, so it's been coming out of my own facilities. And I just wonder, because when you look at total maintenance, I saw it in here somewhere, it's like $13,000 for the school for a year. And that's never gonna take care of the things that pop up along the way.
And then there's capital costs too, right? There's a separate capital budget that's not here. This is the operating budget for it.
I'm just thinking like big ticket items, we've probably done $30,000 worth of roofing repairs in the last year. I have a bill sitting on my desk right now for $7,600 for repairs to the fire alarm system. We did a full test on it last week, and now I have repairs. And at some point, we need to figure out how much money the town should be setting aside versus how much the school is setting aside to pay for those pop-up items. We have 7 toilets to fix between now and the start of the school. We also had other maintenance, other items crop up due to the regionalization study. We added a CO detector for $3,000 or so into the kitchen. We're putting check valves in the water system, which will probably cost us well over $10,000. And a couple of other things in there, but, so there are items that were unexpected that
Yeah.
are now, we're fulfilling. So at some point, not today, but just need to
Yeah,
come up with a,
Plan, yep.
it's gonna pay for
Okay.
what?
yeah, I mean, I think that not for discussion today because we don't have it on. We're just trying to settle 26. But it's definitely a conversation that we need to have to, you know, and, you know, get it with Elaine here. You know, I don't know, you know, get a true picture of what's going on there and what's been spent there so that we're doing it correctly for sure.
You know, just one thing, not trying to say what we did for a status, but one item that is probably, by the time we're all said and done, about $60,000 of sprinkler repairs to the K2 wing, which has come out of my, I say my fund, the fund that I control, building and facilities. So those, to me, that's an extraordinary maintenance item that has to be done. So we're not looking to do a lot of cosmetic improvements or things that, you know, these are like real nuts and bolts,
Yeah.
code-related issues that
Yeah.
we're addressing.
Well, we'll definitely have to get a handle on it for sure. I guess we'll just have to procedurally, we need to formally ask for those reports, get those, get that information, and then get it to the right people so that we're,
So would that have been the line item that those expenditures would have come out of?
I'm not sure, so I'm going to look up the actual definition of extraordinary maintenance by DESI's terms.
Okay.
But I do think, and I've found this to be a challenge everywhere, is to make sure that we all clearly define what is defined as capital that's responsible for the schools and maintenance, and what that definition is, but split between the town and the school district. I'm not going to pretend I know that exactly right now, but I think that's something we can explore, especially as we're going to build those reports for the FY28 process.
yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you, Ron, very much. Does anyone else have any other questions regarding this? So we don't need a pre-purchase vote anymore because of how it all came together?
You don't need a transportation, I mean, a transfer vote, but you do, I would like the support of the committee on going ahead with prepaying the 31,000 of tuitions. I think that is always a smart thing to do, if
Yep.
you're comfortable with that.
Yep. Does anyone else have any questions or do you understand the, okay. So then I am looking for a vote to accept, a motion to accept,
The prepayment recommendation.
no?
A motion to prepay, is it the tuition
Yes,
for FY '27?
you're prepaying, yes, special education tuitions for FY27.
Can I have a second?
Second,
Any discussion?
just a so is that the 31,633?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Can I take a vote on that? All in favor? Ginger
Marks,
Marks?
yes.
Sandra votes yes.
Kathy McNamara, yes.
Ron Collins?
Yes. Okay, great. So, approved. Thank you very much. I've been lucky enough to spend some quality time with Beth, and we are very lucky with the financial team that we have at central office.
Thank you.
The attention to detail and this memo is just a snapshot of what Beth is going to offer us, and we are very fortunate to have her.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions at the end of the 26? Okay, so just the last thing I wanted to bring up to you guys is, this is our school committee meeting calendar. Now, I had sent this out to you earlier, and in hopes that we would have our meetings later on in the day. When Jen had reached out, the town had that slot open, and I think there were some other committees. Something happened, and we need to go back to our 3:30, the time that has been. So this is the schedule with the 3:30 start. And we just have one day, this May 10th date needs to be changed, but Jen knows that, so that's gonna get changed. But does anyone have any questions about the school committee meeting calendar? So it'll be here, 3:30. You know, it kind of varies some weeks, but it's pretty consistent with our regular 3:30 meetings. The joint and Union 54 is there, and, you know, all the committee members are here, so you can see all the other meetings too. Any questions about that? That's it. Do you have
It
anything
says
you
May
wanna say?
3rd on this.
What?
It says May 3rd. She has it May 3rd, or gold color. So maybe it was changed.
Yeah, does that need
Sheet.
to be May 10th?
It's supposed to,
So this,
it was supposed to, it's going, May 10th's wrong, right? Okay,
yes.
so it's already been changed.
Oh, it's already been changed.
On
So
the
that,
spreadsheet in the online.
so online is
Correct.
correct. So that would be May
May
3rd.
3rd, it's been changed too. So the first week of May. Everything else is about the second week of the month. That's fine.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So just the last thing is next meeting date. So I had spoken to you guys, sorry about not being, I had spoken to you guys about having a retreat, and with this meeting getting pushed later through the, an error of posting, I wasn't sure how people were still feeling like that, you know, it's just a couple weeks of summer left, and I wasn't sure how. Our next meeting for us is not till September 14th, so we could still do, we don't have to do it in August, we could do it in those first 2 weeks of September, but I didn't, it would just be nice to get together, you know, wrap up any questions about 26 processes or procedurally, and then just a couple of other, you know, with the school committee handbook, talking about, you know, just, you know, kind of restarting the new year on the same foot. So does anyone have any thoughts about that? Meeting that first week or second week of September, or me trying to put it in the last week of August? I was just trying to be, you know, thoughtful of everyone's time. Does anyone have any feelings about that?
I mean, it depends on the day.
Yeah,
It's one of those,
yeah,
it's busy from here till
yes,
forever.
yes. Here till forever is super busy.
Narrow it
for-
down.
Obviously, I don't have any kids in the system anymore, so I'm available anytime that works for someone who does.
What about you, Ron? How's your schedule? You could just,
Kind of work every day, so
right.
fit it in.
So why don't I look at some dates and then throw it out to you guys? You know, it doesn't have to be some long meeting, but I think it would be nice if we just got together, just talked about the incoming year.
Is this a posted meeting that's going to be televised, or is it,
It is not, it is a posted meeting, but it is not televised.
okay?
But people can go. People can come to our retreat. It's a great time.
Just-
I've never had a retreat. I've actually never been to
I
a
actually think
retreat.
it's a good idea. I think just talking about all the different things and where we're going, and
Yep,
a lot of activity is going to happen real quick
yep.
with other facilities and
Yep.
just the whole operation.
Yep. So why don't I send you guys some dates, and then we can figure it out from there.
Perfect. That'd be great.
All right, that's it. I don't have anything else. It's a wrap.
18 minutes, nice job.
It's outstanding.
Wow, look at you
Outstanding.
go.
All right, does anyone want to
You
call
taught
for
her
the end
well.
of this meeting?
I make a motion, we
To adjourn?
Adjourn.
adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Whee!